redness of the eyes. And after that, you start with sticky eyes. The eyes are sticky. Maybe you get up in the morning and to open your eyes is very difficult because it becomes sticky. You might have discharges. Discharges might come either watery or pulse or fluid. When you have any symptom of your eye now, whether it's itching, whether it's a pain, whether it's a color that has become red, whether it's a sticky nature, whether it's a discharge that is coming from there, please consult me. So that when you consult me, know whether it's conjunctivitis, I will give you necessary medications and certain instructions to follow.
Dr. Manawuda Malachi has further called on the population to go to the nearest health facility in case of symptoms and to respect the preventive measures against the disease commonly called Apollo. Health experts have advised the population to avoid resorting to local treatments, including the salty water therapy, eye drops, amongst others in case of infection.
The third edition of the Buea Town Hall meeting has taken place at the Buea Council Hall, with the different quarter heads, community leaders and traditional rulers all answering present, aimed at discussing and deliberating on the projects and development for the town of Buea. The mayor of Buea, David Mafani Namange, called on the inhabitants of the town to join all efforts with the council to make sure these projects are being brought to fusion, as Rita Mafani Mujoko attended that ceremony and a report.
It is the third edition of the Buea Town Hall meeting held at the Buea Council with traditional rulers, quarter heads and different stakeholders to discuss on projects earmarked since 2023. Chaired by the mayor of the Buea municipality, this was a moment of an overview of projects done and more ahead.
So now the major thing today was presentation of what we have done, what we intended to do, and what we have not been able to do, and the reasons there. Major thing is on communication, communicating what we have done. Another issue goes to the fact that we should have a public-private partnership and move towards the business aspect of the council in line with the 2019 law on decentralization, which are aspects that we have been reflecting on and we started on, but we have to accelerate much more. Another one is to look into the public claiming ownership of projects realized by the council.
Circulation crisis, water crisis, sanitation and more are some of the points discussed as they had deliberations and shared ideas on how to build and redesign the town of Buea.
I think it is very, very successful in the sense that all questions, all people who spoke with clear minds for calling or for developmental ideas that would make Buea great. And when the responses came, they were also very, very fraternal and they were very encouraging. So I think this is a very welcome idea. As the mayor promises, it should be at least 3 or 4 in a year, so that it helps him to know what is lacking behind, because as he said, no one has monopoly of knowledge.
Facilitating the use of other roads in Buea in order to decongest the Buea Boulevard road so as to ease mobility, and many more were equally highlighted.
I recommend that they should consider increasing sensitization about climate action. I think climate action is not something that is in-depthly addressed at the level of the council. I think that what the council is doing is reactive measures to disaster management, but the root cause, which is climate change, is not really being addressed adequately. So I really want to recommend that the council should also put in enough consideration when it comes to addressing the root cause of disasters. And in this case, now it's climate change.
As the quarterheads and other stakeholders presented community concerns and worries, a follow-up on projects earmarked, research on some proposed as some of the resolutions taken at the end of the meeting.
Fascinating reporting there done for us by Rita Mafani Mujoko. Let's now talk for our community development now. The National Civic Service Agency for Participation in Development of the Southwest Bureau has empowered some youngsters across the region. The gesture that saw them undergo training in agronomy on how to rear pigs was one that saw the coordinator of the said agency for the Southwest Bureau, Rose Namondo Eseme, who provided the piglets to the said trainees as a way to empower them so as to ensure unemployment is being kept at the bay in the region and the country at large. More with a reporter on that story. The National Civic Service Agency for Participation in Development of the Southwest Chapter is empowering these volunteers who have undergone training in agronomy since June to be the masters of their destinies with these healthy piglets from the said agency.
Yeah, so far we started on the 15th of June 2023 with the theoretical classes. The trainers have all been present, and then we went to the construction, and today the piglets are there. We have 21 of them, and we are all trying to get lessons from the delegate of livestock, who is trying to tell us on how to receive the piglets.
With the necessary knowledge gained and the provision of piglets and organic feeds and other chemicals, the beneficiaries expressed their deep satisfaction with the said gesture.
I must express that I feel very happy and satisfied. You know, it's not easy to promise you something and at the end you see it. So it's a feeling of joy. We are overwhelmed with joy. All the volunteers here in Bokwango. It's been since June we started with training, and we want to be, in fact, we are just so happy that it has finally come to realization.
The coordinator of the Southwest Bureau on her part encourages the volunteers to be assiduous in the rearing of these piglets while appreciating the local authorities of Bokwango where the said structure is erected. With this empowering initiative of the National Civic Service Agency for Participation in Development, with the Ministry of Youth and Civic Education concludes, this encouragement to the youngsters have all it takes to make them shape their destinies. Some inhabitants of the My 16 Bolifamba neighborhood in Buea say they choose to do stream laundry due to its excitement and enjoying nature, as it brings a lot of refreshment during this course of doing laundry in the stream. Cynthia Latte had this discovery at the My 16 Bolifamba neighborhood and now reports.
The exciting sound of scrubbing and pounding of dresses and the idea that dirt is being washed away from the clothes are to some the charm of river laundry.
So I've been here for 6 years in this quarter. Yes. So I usually come here on Tuesday. Come here on Tuesday and Friday to wash dresses. Okay, I love this place because at least it's free water now. Yeah. Yes, you can come and wash dresses freely. You rinse it the way you like.
The water that runs down the rocks, giving way to effortlessly stop the foamed up dresses just once, is to them even more exciting. The ancestral practice is still effective in many parts of Cameroon. In Mile 16 Boya, in the southwest region of Cameroon, the Ndongo stream that runs through the Malabo neighborhoods serves the purpose to Clarice on every laundry day. The environment, abundantly blessed by natural water, gives its inhabitants relief from taking distances to fetch water for laundry at home.
So rather than being in the house and be carrying water, using bucket to carry water, at least that one is very, very stressful. So I prefer to just carry the dresses and come here to wash them freely and enjoy it.
The freshly washed clothes are dried on the sun for hours, and health experts advise should be put on after proper ironing.
You are watching High Prime, and we are coming to you live from our main studio here in High Television. On to other news now. Sons and daughters of Ewe Village have recently attended their general annual come together in Faku Division of the Southwest region. Top at the agenda was to evaluate the projects and earmarked the various projects that have been carried out while forecasting other strategies in order to bring peace development in the said village. Alice Leke attended that ceremony and now brings back this report.
In promoting development and ensuring the sustainable growth of AY Village, sons and daughters of the village met recently in Fako Division for their annual general meeting. Following their first meeting that was held in Bamenda, so far, some projects that were earmarked have been realized. The General President applauded the members and encouraged them to put hands on deck so that more developmental projects will be carried out in AY Village.
We all pray and give you the power to transform AY to a semi-London, or if possible, London itself.
At press time, certificates of recognition have been given to some outstanding elites for their contribution towards development of the village. The certificates were handed over by the representative of the divisional officer for Boya subdivision and the representative of the Fund of AY Village. Part 2 of the day saw a cultural display from different artists.
Let's move over to the National Civic Service Agency. Oh, we are sorry for that. We'll be going now to tomato cultivation. The Southwest Development Authority, SUWEDA, has donated farm inputs to some tomatoes farmers of Fako Division of the Southwest region. The exercise that was conducted at SUWEDA's courtyard is one that geared to empowering the tomato farmers for them to boost their productivity when the harvest season comes by. More with our reporter on the story. Tomato cultivation in the Southwest region is relatively low compared to sister regions like West and Northwest. As such, the regional developmental outlet, the Southwest Development Authority, SUWEDA, thought it wise to continue with her recent ritual of giving farming inputs to farmers in the sector.
This year, we had we are donating to 30 groups, which is quite a significant group, and we are working with the divisional delegates for agriculture, who we know is on daily basis is in touch with the farmers. And so we are very sure that this time around, the farmers will also increase production, and with the yield of tomato in the division, especially here in Fako, will increase. You know, we always work with the grassroots. We told them that when they are giving inputs like this, they should use them judiciously. They should not sell them. They should go and use them for the purpose of which they are giving.
The farming boosters, comprising of spray cans, organic fertilizers and others, are directed to ensure Fako Division, which is the lone cultivator of such crop due to her atmospheric condition. This explains the coming together of these farmers' common initiative groups of the said establishment as they express their degree of satisfaction.
The market present. This is my first time of collecting this input to SUWEDA. I'm very, very happy. Weight is even more than me to even explain, because I've never explained this kind of things that they can give to farmers. This is my first time. As I'm taking it like that to carry it to the place I want to give them, I want that they should use it very, very well. And I have to follow them too to check how they're using it.
With the region where more than 75% of the population depends on agriculture, the set structures want to enhance greater rates of productivity in the field.
We know that agriculture is very important to the region, especially in a region where more than 70% of the population depends on agriculture in one way or the other. So we have always thought it that we always assist farmers. You know, farmers year in, year out, they have different operations to carry out on the field, and like teaching.
With the record high of harvest recorded last season, the farmers thanked SUWEDA and promised to make the yield higher.
It was wonderful. So this season again, another season we have come, and he has thought of us farmers again, and he has blessed us again. And last year was wonderful. What he did last year really helped us. Some of us went in for a hectare, and the production was very wonderful.
As this exercise wraps up at SUWEDA's courtyard, the structure remains upbeat in the promotion of agriculture and rural development across the Southwest. Nice gesture done for the roads there. We move over to the Northwest region. For over 3 years now, the baffled home stretch of roads in the Northwest region has been in its worst state, as making it quite difficult for road users and commuters to get through it. As such, this has led to the drastic increase in transportation fare, as commuters and road users complain bitterly on the impassable nature of this stretch of road. Princess Alice Leke Ikomi had to travel through that stretch and now compiles those reports.
This is the stretch of the baffled home road that has become a nightmare to its users. Transport fare has increased. A distance that people usually pays the sum of 2,500 francs within a period of 1 to 2 hours has increased to 5,000 francs, and an extension to the number of hours to 5 hours, and even days to get to womb.
If you see how they bag the power, we then transport them for the place now, hey, pass the bad place and wait then they. Because we know day for pass for the bike.
You don't dey like how long so we motor not be able for work for your fine?
It's around 3 years.
The situation has been going on for over 3 years now, and vehicles have hardly moved successfully to Woomtown, especially when it rains.
Because the car man sometimes the car man is careful of and then to make an animal explain whatever for enter for money careful. Even say to the man so to play a mutu enter with the kind of who want to for your screen and for your mutu or that kind of thing. Even come up make even 2 days or even 1 day say don't go back. And now so two will come over for banana now 1 week something now so 1 week and some days 2 weeks to make banana.
Because motor they got tight today they make 1 week 2 weeks. So now Russia say if I'm can arrange corner the so that the can pass and safely.
So as soon as they do this thing, so how long they take for to survive?
How will they fix and so when they come, some good people they can help you 100, 200, 500. So they do.
So I want to ask another question. As people them when they be based for this community, now which kind of challenges them when they face because of this one?
Okay. They say for here. Most of our work at this time. So when you road don't spoil, so motor immediately can now carry the sand. So now the thing that will can make us so that.
It is therefore important for the power that be to do something on the baffled home stretch of road.
May something be done quite fast to ameliorate that roads network on the baffled home stretch of roads. With that report from the Northwest region, this is where we conclude this package of High Prime of Wednesday, the 1st of November 2023. Thank you for watching and good night from the same.